For the next part of our video, we're going to learn how to submit expected and unexpected events for freight orders. When your freight order window is displayed as it is now, ensure at the top that you're viewing the freight order number that you intend to submit events for. Click on the Execution tab, as I have done here in the video, and view all the expected events that are to be submitted. For this first part of the video, we're going to submit the expected event Loading Begin. We make sure that we select our field Loading Begin. If we see here this yellow triangle states that it's an expected event. Any of the events you see on screen will always be expected. Once you select one, you can either write information here under the Execution tab or do so in the Note tab. This will only appear under this specific event. Now, to make any changes or to add any comments, what we would first have to do is click on Edit. This will allow us to report the event, insert a new event. Now, every time we insert a new event, we're going to be inserting an unexpected event. TM automatically interprets that a new event inserted by the TM planner is automatically unexpected. So basically, once we've selected our Loading Begin event, we go to our Execution tab, and we can either add a reason for the event, enter an event reason code, and the actual event date if different from the one that is here on screen, the planned date as for January 30th, 2019. If everything were fine in this expected event, the date and times concur with what is expected, we would simply click on Report Event, and that would automatically change the status of this event here to a green square that says Reported Event, and the actual event date and time that you're submitting the event will appear now on screen. So this event would be considered reported. Still, there is time to add information under Execution and Note if we would like to. The Notes tab works like this. If we want to add a new note, we would simply click on the Insert button. Our first step would be to select from the drop-down the text type, the language that we want to add our information in this case English. Automatically the internal text checkbox will be marked. The content field where we can add any information, in this case we can say anything we would need to add to this specific event, loading OK in this case. And once we have added all the information we need until we click on Save at the top left of our screen, this information can still be changed and edited. The same for the Execution tab. Now I'm going to click on Save, and we can view what changes have occurred. Now the system tells me data saved successfully. We can close that prompt and view that under Notes, our information is here displayed, and also now we have the information of who created this note and when it was created. If we would like to insert a new note, we simply have to click on Insert, and that'll take us to our next line at the bottom where we would add a new note. If we want to delete the previous note, as we have here, we simply have to click on the bin, and that would delete any of the notes that we are adding here. So basically that is to report an event that is expected and with no changes. If we wanted to add any changes, for example for the next event, Loading End, let's say that it was later than expected, we can always under the Execution tab, and always remember to have selected the line that you want to submit events for. So we would add the actual event date. In this case, I selected the 15th. Now, if you move to the Note tab, you'll realize that before we save, there's nothing we can insert or add to this event yet, as this event has not been yet reported. Once we report this event, and the event shows as reported event, we can move to our Notes tab and insert any notes, for example, to confirm that everything was okay and confirm completeness, for example, or any other issues that may have occurred. This would be the field to write them in. So basically, until you report the event, you cannot add any notes to the specific event. If by any chance we want to report an unexpected event, as these two loading begin and loading end were expected and everything was okay, if we want to insert an unexpected event, all we would have to do is go to the Insert Event button here, click on Insert Event, and you see automatically the status now shows as Unexpected Event. Under the Event column, we have a drop-down that allows us to select the type of unexpected event, as well as other events that are similar or identical to the ones we have just reported. For example, loading begin, loading end, proof of delivery, proof of pickup. So basically, if we're adding any unexpected events, we would have to search for events that were unexpected. For example, damage or delay would be examples of unexpected events. We could click on damage. Let's say that when loading ended, there was an unexpected event for damaged equipment, and this is what we want to report. We would also report the location of where this damage occurred, and let's say it occurred at origin once the loading ended. And the same as for the expected events, at the bottom, we would still have our fields now for the event damage. We can change our event here as well and say, imagine it's delay. It would switch the event name up here as well. So let's go back to damage. Select it. We could always add an event reason, an event code, the actual event date, and the time itself, even change the location from here. So all the additions we made at line level can be made below, on the screen below. And the same will go for notes. In this case, before even saving our event, we could insert a note and explain the type of unexpected event that occurred or why it occurred. So we can leave a note here. In this case, damage to items. And once we click on Save, our note now is saved under the Damage Unexpected event. The system automatically puts the dates in order from the 14th to the 15th, as you can see here on screen. So loading begin would be our expected event. Our damage here would still show as unexpected event. And then our loading end would be our expected event. So in a very simple way, this would be how to report either expected events or insert unexpected events and add notes and also the data belonging to each of the events, either here below in this window under execution or simply do so at the top of the screen in terms of actual event date and time, the description, or the location. So that's the end of this video for submitting expected and unexpected events.